All right, team. So we're looking at the best ways to use the push press system to make sure your guys' classes get counted to your payroll, and then to make sure everybody gets checked in. There's two versions of this. One is going to be for the desktop, and the other is going to be for your mobile phone. For all intents and purposes, let's use the mobile phone when you're away from the gym to check and see who's coming into your classes in advance. When we're at the gym, let's use the computer. Simply because I don't want people to assume that we are using our phones for anything other than gym-related stuff. We can control a lot of the gym from our phone, but I don't want people to think that we're on our phones doing something other than what we're supposed to be doing. So use the phone outside the gym to check in on see how your classes are going to turn out, and then use the volume control for the speakers instead of your phone for the speaker. Okay, that way your phone stays on the table next to the computer, and if you need to pull something up about membership, you do it on this computer. When you log into the computer, when you turn on the computer at the gym, it should always be default with me logged in on my account. Let's not change that because it's just weird. But when you're on your phone, you just go on your browser and you go to cfa.pushpress.com, and then you log yourself in. And what will show you when you go to your dashboard is, if you do it on a desktop, it'll look just like this. There'll be 4 columns. If you do it on your phone, there'll be one long column. All these will just be stacked, right? When it says your day, my day, right now the default's going to be mine. So you'll see it also syncs up to your Google Calendar or your iCal. So if you are connected to either of those for your appointments and stuff like that, you can keep it all centered in, and it'll show you where your classes are. In the My Day section, it'll say, oh, you're teaching 5, 6, and 7 a.m. You also have a chiropractor appointment, and you have lunch with Betty. I don't know. Whoever it might be. It shows your schedule, and that's yours. I don't see it. I just see the classes you coach. The interesting part for us to get check-ins done with class. Now, this is the best way to do it. I actually do not like the Push Press check-in app that we downloaded. To me, it's just not cool. So I actually enjoy this way better. I can see why they would have that, because it's for big gyms that have so many members, but that's not us. And I think there's a better way to do it for us. So what you're going to do when you go to this board on the desktop at the gym is you'll see the left hand, the upper left hand has all these options for things. You're going to go to the classes button, and you'll click that, and a window will drop down. It'll show you check-ins, plug-in, whatever. You're going to click the check-in section. That's going to take you to the master list. Now, it'll show you the date, and in the right hand you can change the date. But we'll look at today, for example. 5 a.m. class, Coach Diana was in there, and Olivia and Stanley were registered for class. Now, for a good example of this is the 6 a.m. class. If you don't check people in and the hour starts, it will automatically switch people to a no-show. It'll say reserved, no-show. And then you can override that by hitting the 3 dots on the side, and it'll say check them in. Then it'll turn into a green button and say checked in. As a coach, you have to check yourself in so that it will count on your payroll. So if you look under Diana's scheduled staff list on the right side, it says coach, and then in there it says checked in. Now if you look tomorrow's Tuesday, and Candy's on, and she's got Olivia and Stanley in class. Now when she gets here to the gym and opens up, she'll go to this dashboard, click classes, go to check-in. It should automatically send it to the date that we're currently at. You'll hit that, you'll check in as a coach for that class. Then as Olivia shows up, you'll check her in. And then as Stanley shows up, you'll check him in. And it goes on like that for each class. Now, for example, a good example is if somebody shows up that did not make a reservation. Now, we expect that to happen a little bit more frequently in this month as everybody's learning the system. But all you have to do, this is the big reason why we want to use the desktop, is you go to the right where it says check in. Now, if it's 5 a.m., it's probably going to be Rolando. You'll type his name in, and it'll show up down here, and you just click his name. It'll show his membership. Then you'll select the class that he's going to, 5 a.m. and then it'll say override check-in rules. Now the check-in rules state that if you don't make a reservation for 5 a.m. by 9 p.m. the night before, then you've missed your cutoff. For the rest of the classes, it's the normal 2-hour cutoff. By saying I override the check-in rules, it means that I'm saying it's okay that he comes into class. Then you click on the check-in for the date, and it'll put him on that class, no problem. Okay, so that's how you get people in. If somebody made a reservation, say Anthony made a reservation, and he texts you and says, "I can't make it, I'm super tired," you'd go to the 3 buttons and you'd say delete reservation, right? That's pretty much everything you need to know about check-ins. At the end of the day, it should look like that. I should see just what we saw yesterday, which is everybody's checked in, the coaches are all checked in, and that means that everything looks good on payroll. People that no-showed, and if you look down the list, everybody's where they should be. That's really good stuff. And then from there, I can calculate payroll and make everything right and keep it on time. Okay, so that's basically everything you need to know about checking people in and whether they've made a reservation or they have not, and then overriding and then also checking yourselves in as coaches. If you have questions about that, please watch the video again and then let me know, and I will be happy to answer. All right, guys? Bye.